So I am 200% getting a PS5 eventually whenever I can get my hands on it. So I'm really looking forward as to what the UI on this thing is going to look like. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yo, look at that. This was the thing that was leaked like months ago. You can like check around and like this was like leaked way back. Can you press the button so we can actually see the rest of it? That's a nice startup and like the sound is pretty nice. All right, looking good. All looking good. Yo, instantly Little Big Planet. What are those percentages? I like the big thumbnail look of all of this. Very alive and very colorful. I like it. Oh, okay, I didn't notice the other controls at the bottom there. I actually really like that. Like, they're down there and they're like you can easily spot them because they're like in a black space. And the icons are like bright whites. And like the rest of the screen, like above, is like a preview of the game or something like that. It looks very nice and live, like I mentioned.
With a tap of the PlayStation button, I'm
Wait, what?
playing the game.
That whole background preview thing that I thought was just a neat wallpaper was the actual game. When you go straight into it, it goes straight into the wow. I love that. They weren't lying when they said that they wouldn't waste your valuable game time. You're like, turn on your PS5 and immediately game. Wow, kind of speechless. Damn, I love that.
This is PlayStation 5's personalized time estimate, giving me an idea how long.
Wow, the UI is directly connected to the game, like giving you deep information about the game. Wow.
And I'm seeing a very important piece of
I also love this. Wait, so these are all Little Big Planet, Sackboy, whatever this game is called, levels. What about other games? Game Help.
In this case, I can open up
GameFAQs is built into this thing
without resorting to a web
somehow. I actually kind of like that feature. I'm most likely not going to use it a lot, but like I like that they thought of it and it's like readily built into the thing. Like if you're having a particularly tough time in a very specific part of the level, it does the research for you and it's just like 1 or 2 clicks of a button to see like more or less what you need to do to beat it. And I think there are like various levels of hints, like it can like boot up a video to show you exactly what you need to do or just hints towards that goal. Interesting. That's definitely a new thing. Oh, it's only for PS Plus members. I am not a PS Plus member, therefore I'm not using this feature at all. That's fine. I know how to use Google if I need to. I wonder how popular this feature is going to be. I'm genuinely curious. It's definitely not too much of a big deal for me to sign up to finally sign up for PS Plus. But I'm wondering what the rest of the player base feels about this. This Sackboy game looks kind of cool, by the way. It's really not my type of game, but just I've been looking at this for several minutes straight now. It looks pretty neat. Oh, someone's playing Uncharted. And they're gonna share their screen? Again, like, I'm not sure how much use this is gonna get out of me, but I'm curious what the rest of the player base thinks about it. Cause like, if I really wanted to do something like this, I just stream on Twitch, you know? I'm really curious how you switch between games with this new UI. Oh, just that, alright. Like, it's just, you just click to the right a bit and it's like the other games. So that's interesting because those cards are like, the first few cards are just like a specific game. And then, like a single game is a series of cards that you can just jump straight to. Because he jumped from one level to the other in that Sackboy game. And they were different cards, but like he scrolled to the right a bit more and that was like a different game. Like if you have a ton of games on your PlayStation 5, isn't that going to be like kind of cluttered eventually? Wonder how customizable that's going to be.
Now quickly starts thanks to PS5's ultra high speed SSD. Okay, I think we've got enough people on our party, so let's jump.
Yeah, that's pretty
We're
fast.
keeping the focus on
That was like what,
PS5's user
2
experience
seconds
today,
tops?
so let's zip
From like
ahead and
Sackboy
see
to
more.
Destruction All Stars immediately.
Give us a
I
shot.
never
Using in-game photo
use
mode,
the share
you can
button on
capture a
my
high-quality
PS4 controller.
screenshot here.
I would
This
click it a
optimizes
bunch of times
capture mode,
accidentally
letting you review
while playing
and
the
choose
game,
to
but I
share
never
mode.
like
Mention
used it
screenshots and
specifically,
video
you
can be
know?
captured. You can
PS5
capture
is always
high-quality
capturing
screenshot
recent
here.
gameplay.
You
You'll
and
always
choose to
have
share
like your
mode.
highlight there if you
I
really
should
wanted it.
mention-
What if your hard drive is
Okay,
full though?
so far, how to chat
Legit
with your
question.
friend, but what if I want to play a different game?
Exactly. Oh, what?
PlayStation 5 home screen.
Oh,
Land when you start
okay.
up from up on a 4K.
This is what I was
It's
curious
simple
about from
and
the
super
start.
fast. This is where you'll land when you start up from a powered off state, and where you'll go when you want to choose.
Oh, I see. Like, if you came from a powered off state, this is what you'll see. Because earlier, when he turned it on, he said that it was from a rest state, which is why he started immediately back to Little Big Planet. That's nice. Yeah, I'm actually genuinely impressed by that. Like, the built-in hub for each game, like when you go into a game from this main hub, the game itself will have its own hub, like we saw with like that Sackboy game. That's an interesting touch, in my opinion. I also didn't really use the Explore tab in my PS4 like ever. I never found it appealing enough. Yo, Ratchet and Clank. This game looks so good. They're really going in on like the screenshot stuff, huh? There's like a ton of games recently, you know, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy 15, Spider-Man, and all of those. Like photo mode was like a huge part of them, and I get it. So they're really going in on all of the photo mode stuff in this UI. All right, they said at the end there that they were going to reveal a bit more in the future, but honestly, I actually don't want to see any more. Like, that was a very nice preview of the UI that I especially appreciated, particularly because I think that it's going to be quite a while before I actually get a PS5 because of like shortages and stuff. Especially in my country, the Philippines, you know, I'm pretty sure I am not going to be able to get one of these at launch because of this low stock issue and so on. That's fine. Like, I can wait a couple of months until I actually get one. So I appreciate the early look at the UI, but again, I don't really want to see any more in depth because I want that to be an actual experience, like the first time I boot up my PS5 and I'm gonna react to how good or bad I think it is. So yeah, I honestly don't want to see any more UI stuff until I actually get it in my hands, you know? I loved a lot of what I saw. The new boot up screen is great. I liked it when it was leaked like months ago, like I mentioned. And I love how the games are built into the UI itself. So it's like super easy to jump from game to game. Also because of how fast the new SSD is. I like the new stuff that you can do in-game through the UI, like jumping through levels from the UI itself. And that game cheat thing was like, the game hint thing, whatever it was called, is interesting. Again, I'm not a PS Plus member, and it doesn't look appealing enough to me to join PS Plus just for that feature. I can just use Google fine. It's all right. And I like the whole look of the thing. It looks really clean, and just how integrated the whole UI is with the games is, I think, great. At first I was confused, like when he booted it up from rest mode and the game was just right there, you know, but with like the cards in case he wanted to do something before immediately jumping back into the game, and my mind was kind of blown when like it was the actual game in the background. And I thought that was neat. So these are like small touches that I appreciate and really make you feel that when you actually get a PS5 in your hands, and it greets you with the new UI and the new startup effects and sounds and stuff, that you feel that, yep, this is a new thing. It's not just a small adjustment of what we had with the PS4, and it kind of makes you feel that this is next gen. And I want to know what you guys thought. Are you also looking forward to this? Are you getting a PS5? Are you getting just a 3080 and not any of the consoles? Are you gonna get an Xbox Series S or X? Please leave me a comment down below because I genuinely want to know. We can talk about it there. And this has been Asian Action Actor. If you like my reaction to the PS5 UI reveal, please click like down below and subscribe so you won't miss any of my awesome content. And while you're here, you might want to see the other trailer reactions that I have already done on my channel.